The wind blows them off. Now it's really dumping right at the foundation. It's not a good idea. These extensions, I'll tell you what, these are job security for French Drain Man. So if you have them, get an underground. Get an underground and I guess stop making excuses. All right, so right here we're running a 3-inch line because this is a 2x3 downspout, so I don't want anything bigger than that. I don't want to jump up to a 4-inch on a 2x3 downspout. They just plug. They don't move enough water. So you can see basically these are all the components. Not quite a 90, but the water comes slamming down in a 90 and then it gets redirected, but it loses all that energy. So when you have it on an angle, when you have it less than 90 degrees, the water moves through here, doesn't lose any of its velocity. It carries all the debris. So that's why we developed a not quite a 90. Now we also put this same fitting on our pop-up on the other end for all the same reasons. We got dual wall culvert pipe that we use for the riser. Right here. This is a 2x3 gutter adapter, clean out, and leaf filter. It has a removable screen. The center part removes. That way the homeowner can go ahead and stick their garden hose down in it just for a peace of mind if there hasn't been a lot of hard rains. But you can see the catch basin, the way it's shaped, all the debris settles right here to the center. So you just stick your shop vac wand down in here through the top cover. When you pop that solid 4-inch center, just stick it down here and just suck out the debris once a year. You're in really good shape. You can see they already drilled the holes. You can see there's guides to drill the holes. The guys are using a 3/16 drill bit. The reason why we use a 3/16 drill bit is because if you drill really big holes in your catch basin and then you happen to catch a vein of gravel or sand, which this soil does appear, it does appear, this will perk right here. That's exactly to my point. If you drill too big of holes in your catch basin during the rain, you're going to be losing too much water up near the foundation of the house. You don't want that. Make the holes really small. But they already dug that out for the catch basin. That's where they want their sediment trap. They wanted to get away from the roots and that bush right there. You can see all the roots. So they went ahead and located it there. I like that. This is going to be a main line. This main line will be 4-inch for sure. They got a sediment trap right there. They got their 3-inch line. Here's a stack up. It's complete. Really nice. You can see the 2x3 gutter adapter, clean out, and leaf filter all in one. Amazing part. The door's off of it, but it does have a door. During install, it's easier to install it with the door off. You can see they went ahead, they used a 3 to 4 increaser to tie into that Y. We got our extra heavy duty Y. Then they go right into the sediment trap. We're going to be washing quite a bit of water through that line at that point. That's why they were able to do the sediment trap that way. So right here we got a downspout. This starts it all right here. You have your 2x3 downspout. You got it on a 3-inch line. That catch basin's already been connected. It's got really good tile tape on it. So this is great. This is a really good thing to show you guys. 4-inch is how we're leaving this catch basin. 3-inch is how we entered this catch basin. We have all these couplers. We make it super simple, super easy to do this. So the guys wanted to step it up. We got a 3-inch line. It's going to stay nice and clean because it's going to push all the shingle gravel to that sediment trap. Then the water's going to settle right down once it hits that catch basin. When it settles right down, because the area opens up, you're trying to flow the water through a 3-inch pipe. So it's going to be moving water. It's going to have a lot of pounds per square inch. Then it hits the catch basin, a larger area, loses all its energy, slows down, drops all the shingle gravel just like that. It's that simple. So then we connect the 4-inch, and we're going to be flowing super clean water at that point. Got another 3-inch downspout. We're tying it in on this 4-inch main. Now that we got so much water flowing through it, we'll put that sediment trap right there. 4-inch in, 4-inch out. We'll run a 4-inch main. Then we'll grab a 3rd downspout right here. Guys are going to be pushing all the shingle gravel right into that sediment trap. I love the layout. I love the design. We get out here. We have a lot of fall. We have really good slope. The guys go as far as they have to go to get the water safely away from the house and to finally get to that point to where you've had enough fall. Once you have your pop-up emitter low enough, so that's what I mean about fall. We got slope on this front yard. It actually slopes down the whole side of the house. We're very fortunate to have that. We're sloping all the way down. By the time we get here, the top of the pop-up is lower than 98% of the line. So it just empties right out. The little bit of water that's going to get caught up right here at the end of the line, we're going to build this like a little mini dry well. We're going to put a lot of pea stone around the pop-up emitter. Here's the pop-up emitter. This is not quite a 90 fitting. So that's not 90 degrees. All the other pop-ups on the market are 90 degrees. This, you can see we're cheating. You can see it. So when the flow comes to this pop-up emitter, instead of just hitting a 90 and being redirected and losing all of its energy, it's ramped. We're ramped right here, and we're not 90 degrees, and the water just comes sailing out of this pop-up. We have a turf restrictor plate so the grass can't grow over this pop-up, and it's the only pop-up that you can get your hand down in. So you can grab tree seeds and tree buds that may be floated down there in some light rains, and you just want to check it out for just good health. But when you connect this to that 4-inch line, you do not want to tape it. You just want to connect it, because right here is where any water that's left at the end of the line after rain, right here it'll just leach. You just want a lot of stone around this. You want to over dig the hole that you're putting the pop-up in. You want to have a lot of pea stone, a lot of drainage stone, so that it can leach away. That's the key right there. Then you're never holding water. These things do not freeze up in the winter when you do that. All right, Patrick has this downspout hooked up. You can see he ended up going with 1 riser on that catch basin. It looks pretty good. He left plenty of room under it for stone. He's got fabric under it. He's going to pour stone. You can see there's an air gap under the basin between the fabric and the basin. He's got the pipe nice and straight. The pipe's extra heavy duty. It's really nice pipe. That white 3-inch, strong, and it's all virgin. It's not recycled, so it's the good stuff. But this is picture perfect before it's all taped up. You can see he went with the female in, he went with the male out, and he has that on center dropped it down in the down position to match where we were with the discharge line. So that catch basin has settings. They're super easy. Basically, this coupler where you put the pin in, it has holes here and it also has holes on the other side. So you can flip this upside down, and then this part is up here if the line is shallower. So there's your adjustments on the catch basin. Super simple, super easy. You don't need any tools, just some fasteners that come with. It's a beautiful system. Notice how the men put dirt every 5 feet or so to hold that in place. They don't want the dirt to fall next to the pipe, push the pipe out of alignment, dirt to roll under the pipe. So this is really smart. Once you get everything set and your grade is perfect, get that main line in, go ahead and push some dirt in, walk it down. Now you can just backfill like a madman. You're not going to hurt anything. But this is how the pros do it. See how high that line is? It's 3-inch, so we didn't have to go that you know, deep. Look at how shallow that line is. So we start out as high as we can here. You want to start out as high as you possibly can right here, and that way you give yourself slope down to the main line. Now look at this. There's a shallow PVC pipe right here, and it's for their sump pump discharge line. Our 3-inch went right over top of it. That's why we love working with this, and we love having it in our arsenal. I know that 4-inch forever was just the do-all pipe because it would handle everything, but it was too much for so many situations. Just like, look at this little gutter run right here. You see that little gutter run up there? Not a lot of water is coming down here. You put a 4-inch pipe on that, it's going to build up with garbage because there's not enough water to flow through a larger area like a 4-inch pipe to keep the debris moving. You put a 3-inch pipe on something like that, it carries any shingle, gravel, or leaves that get caught up in that. We'll catch all the big organics, all the real big leaves, but small, fine stuff like the seeds and, you know, the tree buds early in the spring, they're going to wash right on down to this catch basin. No problems. We're going to catch all that. Kale's doing a great job. He's standing on the main pipe. Before any dirt rolls underneath that pipe, he's packing the dirt down every 5 to 10 feet. Then that way you could just backfill. There's that discharge line. This is a really nice install. Right here is a perfect example of one of those risers on the catch basin. Look at that. One riser, it's a 2-inch riser. We needed 2 more inches to get this turf restrictor plate to grade. Super easy, it just slips on, no glue, no screws, can't beat that. I love these solid covers. You just pop this with a screwdriver, suck it out with a shop vac, or if you want, just put a glove on, go in there, scoop it out with your hand, and then you just put this back on and step on it, it just presses right in. It's a really nice pressed fit. We worked really hard on that. Love this catch basin. Big fan of this catch basin. Guys are working as a team right here. Sure makes it a lot easier. If you're a crew, always break up in pairs. We got a 6-man crew. Everybody breaks up in pairs. Works really nice. The guys just measured that. They're cutting it. As a DIYer, I don't recommend you using a box knife if you do not use a box knife on a regular basis. Even the pros get cut really bad with box knives. If you're using it every day, you get really good. I recommend for a DIYer to always use a hacksaw. You can see all the pea stones going underneath the catch basin, filling that void that was underneath the catch basin. You want a good pocket of pea stone under that catch basin or it's going to hold water. If you just drill holes in it and slap it down, it's going to have a harder time leaching into the subsurface soil. The water that's in that catch basin through those little drain holes, it's going to run through all the voids of that pocket of stone under it, and it's going to come in contact with more subsurface area. All right, so there is fabric in a big hole under this pop-up, and it's just full of pea gravel, and then the fabric's all wrapped up, and then you put your pop-up lid back on. You want your turf restrictor plate to be a little below the grass height. You want that plate to be at the dirt level, not really the turf level. That way the lawnmower goes right over it. We got a really big lid. We got the biggest lid in the industry. That's why you can stick your hand down in it. But if you leave this sticking up too high, you're gonna chop your lid off. Now, there's been a lot that we've done in engineering to remedy the problem, and it's a weighted lid. Water pushes it up, no problem. But now the lawnmower has a hard time sucking this up. But if you have your lawnmower drop down and you're cutting at 2 inches, you better have this set to dirt level and not up here at turf level. So now this is ready for sod. You can see how perfect that grade is. The guys, they walked everything down with the heel of their boots. What you see for dirt on our composite turf mats, that's left over, because that's what that looks like when you put a 4-inch pipe in the ground. A 4-inch pipe, this is a 4-inch main. That takes up a lot of area. That's a big pipe. The outside diameter of that corrugated pipe is 4.5 inches. Look at this. So you have to do something with all this dirt, and like there's nowhere I can lose this without making it like a whole nother landscape project, and we're not doing that. So we got to haul this off, but I just like to show this to the DIYers, you know, because every one of those piles of dirt's a wheelbarrow of dirt. So, you know, you need somewhere to take that dirt, or, you know, you got to pay somebody to carry it off, but be prepared to have extra dirt. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. It supports the channel. If you have any questions regarding this installation, leave them in the comment section. I'm your host, Robert Sherwood, and until the next video.